You're obviously not going to learn that much just by watching what Corben does. What's more important is you make up your own chart for the last week and maybe for the next day tomorrow or the day after, and have a go at scoring your own time. How much activity did you do and why did you do it? Try to make it fairly complete, because where your time is being misspent is really important. That's really where you're going to get the wins from managing your own time more effectively.
As delivering on a purpose and moving towards a goal, whatever. Yeah. The idea of it was to capture how much of your time is going towards helping you move towards what you want to be and who you want to be and what you want to achieve. All right. So let's do it. Let's revisit it on a day-by-day basis and say, was that a good day or not quite such a good day? Okay. So go for it. So talk to me about Monday. We're going to draw a line here.
Yeah.
Tuesday. Let's do big picture first of all.
Yeah.
So now here's the thing. It's in English. It's called comparative. The comparative. Good, better, best. It's used. There's also a thing called the dialectic, which measures a direction and a vector towards from rubbish to brilliant. A vector is a mathematical quantity which has quantity and direction.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
You've done further maths, or
I've done plenty of vectors.
Yeah. Okay. So, and what we can also do is talk about a day that you had and how much a day had a vector to it. Was your day getting better? Was your day flatlining? Was your day getting worse?
Well,
was your week getting better? Was your week getting worse?
We could do week. I haven't done chronological timing-wise within the day. It's a bit random. So
let me just listen, and we can retrospectively use critical thinking to analyze it, and maybe there's info here to help us with strategic thinking.
So Monday.
I just seeded the concept of strategic thinking as a special kind of analytical thinking. So critical analytical thinking, we call it CAT, is used to analyze current events and situations, whereas strategic analytical thinking, which we call SAT or SAT, is used when setting a direction and action planning for a future goal and purpose. There are tools you can find on YouTube for what's called SMART goal planning. That stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. And you might find stuff on strategic planning as well. But it's well worth understanding how to write SMART goals and get a bit of practice on that. We'll see if we can find a good YouTube to include in the playlist.
I taught for about an hour. Drawing 6.5 because it's not working in the supermarket. So the way I've kind of done this just quickly is I've done anything below 5 as that's my pivot of like I had to do this, and anything above 5 is kind of like then I started to want to do it, because you wrote 1 had to do it, 10 love doing it. So I kind of thought, well, if you love doing it, then you want to do it.
Yeah.
The scale kind of pivots around 5.
So no, explain the 5. What's the 5 about?
Well, the 5 is the halfway point where meeting and wanting to meet. Meeting.
I wanted 5 to be a quantitative thing. The actual clock hours.
Yeah, it still is. There's no difference there. Okay. It doesn't split. But that in my head, that's where you can want and need to do something at the same time. But that was.
Well, it's irrelevant to the actual hours you spent, whether you wanted to do it or didn't want to do it. It's how many hours you actually spent doing it.
Yeah, here's my hours spent, but I'm talking about enjoyment.
So here I wanted hours spent.
Yeah, well, hours spent is here.
You went there. Why didn't you do it here? You use this as a description.
Yeah, I should have read the thing. This was what I did. this was how long I did it for.
Okay.
Because I started
No,
writing it in
it's fine. It's perfectly all right.
cramming that puppy in, so I thought I'd write it
No,
over
it's great.
here.
I was just testing his resilience to be able to stand up to questioning, and also his ability to handle the questions with clear explanations of the decisions he has made. These are both things you can practice, and learn to see questions as opportunities rather than challenges for which there is only one right answer.
Great. So you use column 1 to identify the activity.
Yes. I use column 2,
2 for
my
enjoyment level,
column 3
and
for my
column
time.
3 for the actual hours.
In enjoyment level, I was thinking like 1 would be working in the supermarket. Had to do it to make the money, right? But I didn't want to do it. Whereas 10 is I wanted to do it and I had to do it because for my music, but like it was more mainly a 1, right?
Yeah.
So teaching 6.5, I didn't have to do it. I wanted to do it to make the money because it's something I'm
so
enjoying.
You spent an hour
doing a 6.5 activity.
A 6.5 activity. That's kind of what I wanted to get, and I'm delighted that we're getting there.
Okay, I'm
so now, no,
unnecessarily complicating.
No, I don't think you are. You're describing how you've interpreted my request.
The 1 to 10 scale is what I'm talking about.
Your 1 to 10's here.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just pointing at what you've written.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then here's the actual hours. All right. So we've established.
It'll come clear when I'm talking.
1 hour.
6.5 activity.
It's like above average enjoying it, as it were, and you spent an hour doing it.
Yeah.
And then you moved on to 3 hours of doing something that was kind of below average.
Yeah.
Enjoyment level was 4.
I more had to do
this.
Remember,
these people at the moment can't actually see this chart. We may have the chart up.
I've held it up and I'm going to scan it in.
So. Yeah. We may have some clever way of having it up on screen.
So it was about 4. I didn't really want to do it. I kind of had to because I wanted to make some money. I had to make some money. 3 hours worth of babysitting.
Okay. Can I just ask you about that babysitting time?
Yeah. What do I do within the babysitting time?
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
What time of day was it? From when to when?
I think it's from about 8 p.m. till about 11 p.m.
I think Corben is anticipating that I'm going to challenge him a bit on hidden time opportunities. Times like train rides and waiting for other people to meet you can be seen as gifts of time if you are organised on how to take advantage of them. I always used to carry a book, which I wish I could find the time to read, and when they keep me waiting, that for me is an opportunity. By getting Corben to explain how he has recorded the information about his time and his energy, we have a chance to understand better what's going on inside his mind. In the beginning, we tried to agree a sort of shared language with good, better, bests and dialectics and vectors and shape of his day and so on. But that's just so we can understand him, get him to express in a way that we can understand. What is clear is that he has grasped the nature of the exercise, but completely ignored the structure that was given to him and improvised on it. And this is a very strong indication of his nature, which is to adapt things to what he wants them to be. But it also shows that he is capable of having a structured approach. It's just that the structure needs to align with his own thoughts and feelings. As far as goals, it's not at all clear what goals he has at this stage, let alone any kind of strategy to achieve those goals. You will also see the coaching technique is to listen and adapt to what he's saying so that we can continue to make progress towards getting a better idea of what kind of career would suit a person that is so quick to adapt and yet at this point doesn't quite have a clear view of the exact layout of the time and energy exercise isn't particularly important. For your interest and maybe a screenshot, here is the one that Corben was using. You can see down the left-hand side the days of the week, and then there's a column given for activities and another one for enjoyment level. But it's very free form, so you decide for yourself how best you want to make a record of where your time is going at the moment, and you choose the time period, really, anything from 5 days to 7 days, but that's enough for the purposes of the exercise. In step 64, we'll see if we can explore further and seek out some sense of direction that's going to be the right golden path for Corben to follow. And I hope you're thinking at the same time about where your own golden path is likely to be, because that really is the purpose of all of this. Anyway, party on.